What's up, Swig Squad? What's up, Swig Squad? I just came before y'all temporarily today because let me wait a minute. I do be kind of just boom, busted through the door. Good evening. Good evening and happy Wednesday. We are at Wednesday. These weeks is going by fast in the mug, ain't they? We already at Wednesday. Wednesday, ain't it Wednesday? Yes, Wednesday. Good evening. Good evening. I'm so serious. I'm not gonna be on here long. Oh, let me go to D&D so I can make sure. Cause when I be getting calls, it be making me go low, and you can't even hear me. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Y'all gotta see these text messages that Shannon Sharpe and his girlfriend been sending to each other. I'm just tripping out on him because he's just too old for this. He is just too old to me. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, Swig Squad. Happy Wednesday. Thank you for joining here. Hello, group fellow. Good evening. Thank you. Thank you for joining. So, I come before you temporarily, really, like seriously, really quick, just to talk about this crazy fool, Shannon Sharpe. And the fact that while was 50, let me see, how old is he? Or how old was he? So, Shannon Sharpe, this was just a couple years ago. How old is Shannon Sharpe? Age. Okay, so he's 56 now. These texts and this conversation when he was with this 20, how old? Let me see. How old is Gabriel? What's her name? Gabriella. How old is Shannon Sharpe girlfriend? Gabriella. That was her name. Gabriella was 20 years old when Shannon Sharpe started this situationship with her. She was he was 52 and she was 20. Shannon Sharpe. Nope. I'm sorry. Please scratch that. I'm sorry. She was 19 when they met in 2023. This is the reason that I don't feel sorry for Shannon Sharpe. Welcome. Thank you for joining. This is the reason that I don't feel sorry for Shannon Sharpe. Because they kill me going to get them a nice, wholesome little girl, little young girl. And then when it hit the fan, they want to ranch around and run back over this way on this side. Just like the major boy. As soon as he got accused of whatever he was doing with allegedly with the young lady, he hurried up and slid in Megan Good's DMs. He went on and hurried up and slid in her DMs. And it's just amazing to me that this is what he wants to do. He wants to deal with a 19-year-old back in 2023. This was just 2 years ago. So he's 56 now. So he was 54 back then. That was 2 years ago. And now he just looking crazy because you were too old to even be dealing with this young lady. She was a OnlyFans model. He wanted to be acquainted with her or be within her company, and he wanted to, I don't guess I'm gonna say start. He didn't want a relationship or a situationship or anything, but she was good enough to get that money. She was good enough for him to put her on payroll. And then, because he ended up, well, whatever happened before the deliberations, before she came out with this lawsuit, he ended up offering her $10 million. So he should really feel stupid right now. So anyway, allegedly, Shannon Sharpe is accused of dealing with the young 19-year-old OnlyFans model. And they allegedly were in a couple of episodes of role play, and however they went about their role play episodes, they played out over text messages. So this young lady has so-called, allegedly, she has a lot of proof to, hey Nisha, thank you for joining. She so-called has a lot of proof to come to her attorney with. But a part of their texting, their communicating, was him, her name was Gabriella Zaniga. She said, I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're me. I know you missed this big juicy A. And she said 25,000 for each cheat. This is what she's texting him. These are the conversations, according to attorney Tony Busby, that he stated that they were having with each other on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, whenever he was in town and they were able to like hook up with one another. But what she said was they were not in a role play situation, and he forced himself in the back door, and she had said no. So what I am trying to understand with Mr. Shannon Sharpe. First of all, you should have had this on video. If she supposedly was down for this, I hope you got video showing that she consented to every step of the way, because she is a other color, and you know that when they start crying, they usually get what it is that they're asking for. So while I don't wish court or jail or losing money on anybody, I feel like he just may need to see his lesson. He may need to find his lesson in this, because you thought that you were going to find a snow bunny that you almost 3 times her age, and you were going to carry out this innocent relationship, this consensual relationship with two adults, and that she was going to continue to, come in with, okay, everything is fair game, whatever we do, everything is consensual, all the role play, all of the toxic texting and any communication between us. And then she comes back to sue you, and it bites you in the behind. So now, while Shannon Sharpe has agreed to settle for 10 million, that is not going to look good on him. That is not going to be a good look while they're in this case. She's saying that the things that he did to her were disturbing, aggressive, and dangerous. She know how to use them buzzwords. She owned that. She knows how to use, and then what she don't know how to use, Mr. Busby is going to coach her into learning how to use them, and he's going to make her turn on the waterworks, because the fact that she is so distraught because she can't sleep at night thinking of all the horrible, dangerous, and aggressive things that big football player Shannon Sharpe made her do. This is where us as Black women, we got to pull up out of this. We can't sit here and do the whole, oh, let's pray for them and let's rally around them, because at some point, he was one of these men out here talking about how, oh, they too loud. I don't like Black women because they're too loud and they're too aggressive and they're argumentative and they attitudinal, and I just don't have time for a know-it-all Black woman. That was him at some point. So we gonna sit this one out. And this reminds me of, God rest his soul, O.J. Simpson. This is exactly how O.J. Simpson went in. O.J. Simpson came in, and when you went in his house, he didn't have a picture of a Negro nowhere around. And when he got in that trouble, he ripped all them pictures off and started putting all kind of pictures of the red, the black, and the green. And he changed the whole decorum. Everything was changed. Now he all of a sudden got pictures of We Are the World and all the African American colleagues that he done played football with, when he hadn't had them in his house for years. And this is why we are going to sit this one out. And this is why we are not going to be tweeting or texting or YouTubing, videoing, anything saying we need to stick together. We're going to just we're going to pray. We're all going to go into prayer for our Black brother. No, we're not. Because our black brother turned his back on us at once upon a time. Now he's entertaining to watch on an interview, but he didn't want to date us. He didn't want to be seen with us. It's much easier to go with them. So now he's tried to settle with them as well and offered this lady $10 million. And she said, nope, I want 50. I don't want 10. I want 50. And of course, he's stating that, this isn't true. It's all alleged because he's innocent until proven guilty. I'm not going to take that away from him. He is innocent until proven guilty. But my point is just, why you got so much going on for you? You got so much business on the floor. Why even put yourself in this predicament? Because in society, with the audience out in the world, you guilty before anything. With those business people, you lose business deals and they check for you on the back end. They'll easily apologize after you come back and say, yeah, I didn't do it. See, now I am innocent. They'll come back and say sorry, but was a 19-year-old worth all this? Like Shannon Sharpe probably is, like he is really at the height of his career. Hey, Pepper. Hey, Pepper. So happy you joined us today. Where you been? I ain't seen you in a while. But yeah, so he had come through and he has been at the top of media. He's been at the top of the interviews. He's gotten so many offers. He's been taking meetings with all kind of companies, being offered hundreds of millions. Like he has really been that guy in media because of his interviews, because of the Cat Williams interview, and all of the interviews to follow. So he got a lot of business on the floor, and he's always had a lot of business on the floor ever since he left. What was the Caucasian man name that he was on the show with? Skip. Him and Skip and Shannon was on the show. And once he left Skip, he started to, go up. And now to be in this predicament as a 56-year-old man, I am so sure that he cannot reach his feet high enough to kick his own behind. Because as much of a businessman that he is about to lose a lot of money. And all over some snow bunny tail. Like it's totally baffling to me. It's totally baffling. So one of those they let some phone calls air, and one of the phone calls, she was saying like, she was talking like she was scared, but to me, it kind of just sounded like one of their role play calls. It sounded like one of their calls where, they did their little role playing. So he's telling her that, he'll choke her when he sees her, and he'll choke her out in public, and he's saying that the headlines will read big black guy chokes small white woman. So these are like the types of jokes that she's showing that he would make as it related to him being physical with her. So when he came and made his statement, And he said for the attorney to, yep, Pepper, I was just about to say that. Monique said, when were these men, it's just not, they don't want to accept that they getting older. They just don't want to. That is not, it's they want to take all these pills and be close to having a heart attack, Pepper, so that they can keep up with these young girls like God rest his soul, Kevin Samuels. So he was too old, and then wanted a little young lady, and allegedly taking his blue pills and drinking his energy drinks, and he is no longer here. I don't know when they're going to learn how to just go with the flow. I mean, we getting older. So let's just go ahead and accept it, embrace it, become it. Because dealing with somebody younger and you want to cut your life short is not where it's at. But then when he did his I was about to say press conference, but no, he did a live also, and he said, I don't have any videos, because if I did, I would have shown it. Why don't you have any videos, Shannon? Why? You know, she got, you hear all the stuff that she done played, and that ain't even everything. So she done already gave the attorney what she had, and she's already playing her proof and the things to set up her case. And Shannon, and you on here, and you're begging him to show the entire film rather than show what will help her win, which is what anybody's strategy is going to be. Can y'all please hit the like button? Please, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you gon' if she's going to, she's suing you and accusing you of doing something wrong, you can't ask her for her evidence to help you. So he's sitting on there begging the attorney to play all of the evidence, play the whole clip, instead of playing 3 minutes here, 2 minutes there, chopping it up the way that they gonna make it look better on their end anyway. But I'm like, just Shannon, what part of this did you think would go in your favor when she's trying to get all the money she can up out of you? Why did you feel like she would play anything that would put you in a good light? Why do you think that she would play anything that would help her? Yes, SC Diva, he is an old fool, because you sitting up here, now you gotta beg an attorney to play the whole whatever video that you know is out here because you were a part of it. And instead of you making sure that you tighten up your end, because anything can happen, you don't know what these young girls capable of. Let me keep my videos. Let me keep what I need in my archives. Let me keep what I need to keep my arsenal going, just in case she come back and try to turn this on me, because that's exactly what's going on right now. And although I can care less about him or what happened to him or what he lose and when he lose it, because he always was talking about black women too loud and they too attitudinal and they think they know everything and all of this. I really would want him to be able to at least come up against them and challenge at some point, and look like you want to win. At least pinch the man. I hope you got an attorney, a team of attorneys who gonna come back here, and since you didn't tighten up on your end and keep your evidence tight. Make sure you kept videos. Make sure you kept audio. Make sure you kept text messages and old phones. You didn't make sure that you were covered because these are innocent, little cute, little innocent young Caucasian women who really wouldn't do this to me. They wouldn't do a thing like this to me. I know that they wouldn't. They wouldn't dare because I've already given them money. I'm sure he didn't gave her a load of money because if he was offering her 10 million just so that they wouldn't file the lawsuit, and that was probably what made them file the lawsuit anyway. The fact that you offered 10 million. Because if you was innocent, brother, I wouldn't have offered her 2 cents. She wouldn't have got offered nothing. But the fact that you offered her, I give you 10 million. Yeah, greed is real. And that wasn't enough. I would have ran so fast with that 10 million. But Pepper, it also let him show his hand. Because when he offered the 10 million, she looked at that and said, if you gonna give me 10, you might can give me 50. So that 10 million, it wasn't a shot at her to just take this money and go. It put in her head, yes, it put in her head, oh, if he gonna give me 10, he'll give me 20. And if he'll give me 20, he gotta give me 50. Like, I feel like this is the reason why this gave her the idea. When they were talking and he was speaking to those attorneys and they were going back and forth, and he said, okay, I just wanted to go away because Shannon Sharpe is a very intelligent man and he got a lot of stuff in the works right now, like movie deals, all kind of commercial, offers to for commercials and all kind of shows, football, sports shows, podcasts. He got way more. He got a lot of money on the floor. He made a couple million just from that Cat Williams interview alone. So he is a very intelligent man. And he is like almost in his height of media right now. And he said this is something that he's always wanted to do. So you mean, and he said this money make football money look like crumbs. He said that football money ain't nothing compared to this money. He got that cognac. He got a lot of stuff going on for him. And then I just be thinking like, I don't understand this. I don't understand the thought process of somebody who has this much business on the floor. And then instead of him just working his way through the business, yeah, he gonna lose it. Yep. Mm-hmm. They gonna get it. Uh-huh. Can get it because they got a weakness. They do. They do. They really have a weakness for. But I'm like, did he really have a weakness for a kid like that? Like, do you know this is a kid that's finna take all this money? This little girl is like 23 years old. This is a kid. So she was already doing OnlyFans making money. And now she about to, because please believe, she's going to get something. If he offered her $10 million with nothing, this is before anything came out. He offered her these M's before we knew anything. We had heard about the Michelle stuff. That was months ago and whatnot. but nothing had come out. Nothing had nobody has said anything. We hadn't seen these texts. There was nothing talking about him and a OnlyFans model. There was none of that. It was really not being heard. It was really kept like, under wraps. It was not spoke about. None of this information was out in the public until she went to Busby and filed this lawsuit. And now this is what he about to deal with. And you are absolutely right, Pepper. Everything that he has been offered in the last, I'm going to say 6 months, they are going to be like, we going to put that on hold. We don't want to be caught up in that. Because those big names and these big advertisers and all of this. And, these people are like trying to give him real contracts, real deal money. So they don't want to be tied up in this. His cognac is doing really good. So I know he got a lot of liquor labels on the table. And they just want to see, how he deal and how much money he could get them. And now this whole incident, it's like, you spend years and years and years trying to build your name. And it takes one incident to make it all come crumbling down. And he has to know, he gotta be smarter than this. He has to be. Then he always on interviews talking about, I don't spend the night over no woman's house. I don't go sleep over no woman's house. Cause I remember one time I went to sleep over a woman's house. You got all it. Him and Chad Ochocinco. He talking to Chad Ochocinco, telling him how to be on time, how to be professional, how to impress the big wig businessmen in the meetings and what time to come and what to wear and who to bring and what cologne to put on. But then you behind the scenes messing with Barbie and 19-year-old Barbie, sir. This is really what you're doing. Why you want to preach to Chad Ochocinco all the time and tell him how he can be lackadaisical and he can be a bit tacky in the business area. You want to preach to him about his business mantra and his habits, and you want to make sure you make a habit of this, because this supposed to be your personality. And I mean, once it come natural, it just come natural, and you don't worry about nothing else, because you just gonna automatically do it, and it's gonna be like breathing, and you gonna be, and then you gonna get a bigger one, and you gonna get a bigger one. He talking all of this to Chad Ochocinco, but all the while you behind the scenes offering a little girl $10 million. So she ain't got to come out with your story and your text messages and all of your secrets. All of your secret videos and all the role playing that you like to do, and what your hobbies are in your situationships. Like, I'm just like, this just really, I just, even though I can care less about him, I don't care what he do, how he do it, where we go, but it's just like another black man gotta come down off of something a woman saying. Like, this gonna be everybody's weakness. Ain't nobody gonna be able to overcome this. Like, everybody when it come down to a young Caucasian woman or a piece of Caucasian tail, they gonna lose every time. They gonna totally just throw the whole, all the world, just throw everything away and just sit there looking dumb, because nobody cared about that the statement he made the other day. Nobody cared about that. I haven't heard about him losing anything just yet, but something tells me that it is coming. Like those letters, we regret to inform you. Those we regret to inform you letters is about to be hitting his email. They're gonna be hitting his email so fast. He ain't gonna know what hit him. He man, this is just so messed up. I sure just hate it. And he actually, has children. And
if you plan on being a millionaire.
You see, there's ones who follow LeBron around. They follow him with that camera. And Kim K. She did. I ain't see that, Pepper. Kim K know good and well she ain't about to get no play from LeBron. She know good and well. They said he was fired from ESPN. But I'm thinking, was that before? Okay, so it does say Yahoo Sports. Shannon Sharpe reportedly set to land a massive $100 million deal. But this contract is the one. I told you he was supposed to get another podcast. And I don't think they're going to give it. I think that what they're going to do is through trying to get him. They were joking about that lady. They said, stay strong. LeBron not finna, he know that microphone is on him. I mean, that magnifying glass is on him. He know that. He know. And he got a sister. Uh-huh. Yeah. He got a sister. He don't got no Caucasian nothing. But yeah, so they saying that, they was hiring him to boost up other podcasts. They got sports podcasts that they, are trying to pick his brain and, looking at his business acumen and trying to, see what they can take from it and what they can do with their podcast. And I'm sure that he probably would have been a great candidate had it not been for this, because this looks like fodder, right? It just looks messy. It looks like the whole situation, the fact that he's 54 and the young lady was 19. That in itself don't look right. It looks messy. It's the optics of it. It does not look right at all. It really is very unfortunate, because while I believe that he can definitely help, pull somebody's podcast along and bring them up. It says he fought back tears due to the Skip Bayless drama. Yeah, I just feel like he's just totally blown a great opportunity. I really do. I feel like what this looks like, the way that this looks for him is it's not going to be a good thing. It is just not. And Look, I know one thing he gonna be able to do: counsel young men about what not to do and what situations not to get in and how not to ruin your career. And when you're in media and you're so high up, I'm sure that he'll be good for that. He'd definitely be able to tell somebody how to not let it take you down. Because, I can imagine, having all of that, you feel like you kind of like it's lonely at the top. So, you kind of feel, like you just need somebody to, come with you. And I think you're just gonna have to go on and get married now, Shannon. You're just gonna have to. Because it ain't finna look good for you, sir. This whole thing is just not. Once you start, before you lose everything, once you start losing things, go back to renegotiate and just to make sure that you're able to keep something. And be when they just start taking the first little couple of two or three things, go back to the drawing board with your attorneys and just think like, I want to hold on to everything that I have now. So I need to know what I need to do so that nothing else is taken, because they've already taken what they've taken. Because they're gonna definitely take some. They're not gonna wait on this to be over. They're not gonna wait on this to go to trial. They're not gonna see this thing through, because the press and the eyes that the conversation has on it is one of those icky type conversations. Like, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel right. And it's not a conversation that you know, a lot of shareholders are gonna wanna indulge in. They're not gonna care what the facts are. They're not gonna care what all comes down and how long we got to get to the end of the road. And they're not. Um, yeah, they're not gonna care. Yeah, this is a very unfortunate situation to me. Although, like I said, I'm not in love with his take on African American women, but just to see another brother lose so much, one that was headed for the top, and they looking for any reason to not give us our flowers. They looking for any reason to, not want us to be the most talented of most things, which we already are naturally. But yeah, once you do something and you prove them right, you kind of mess it up, Shannon. So that was it. I just came for a brief second because I just wanted to give my take on that. I'm very disappointed in him. I'm sure. Hey, yo, thank you for joining. I'm very disappointed in him, and I'm very disappointed in what will be said about him in those rooms and in those conversations with all of those big wigs that was thinking about giving him all of this money for these contracts. And now that he's involved in this, yes, he's so crazy. He's so crazy. Like, I'm just like, how are you this old at this big old age? You let something like this take you down, like at your big old age. And as long as you've been in the game, you really let something like this. And when I say this, I just mean just a piece. Just a piece of tail when it boils down to it. That's all it is. And you have allowed just ultimately a piece of tail to be your downfall. And yes, and this is something that you are going to have to explain to your children, your family, your cohorts, your old teammates, like Chad Ochocinco, who you be preaching to every other night, trying to get him right and get him to do something on time. And then you gonna try to come and on the podcast and preach to him, and he gonna be looking at you like, Unc, you sure you want to have this conversation? Are you sure this we about to talk about tonight? Yes. Well, that ain't what they be wanting, because they feel like the sisters is too attitudinal and they too loud and they mouth too smart, and they want to deal with somebody who gonna sit there and take it and say, okay, oh, all right, yeah, they'll take it, but you gonna pay on the back end. They'll take it right now, but you gonna pay on the back end because they done took it. So now you offering people $10 million because they wasn't a loudmouth and they didn't talk back to you. So then you got to give them 10 million. So now I'm just trying to think about how the math ain't mathing. Yeah. Yeah. That's why they gonna sit there and take it. Because they gonna be like, you finna cough up all of this money, and you can go ahead and tell me that you will slap this out of me, or you gonna choke this shit, or whatever he told her. What he tell her? He gonna choke out of her when he see her. And she didn't argue back. She didn't fight back. She ain't say, who you talking to? Who you think you talking to? Who you gonna choke? Mm-hmm. Yes. Because she is saying, great. She going for the gusto. Yep. Yes. She is going for the gusto. And she want 50 million. She want all of it. So yeah, it's something that he is definitely going to have to humble himself and come on down off that high cloud, and he gonna have to dig in the dirt and deal with this. But I swear what I said was, he gonna do just like OJ and just like that Majors guy who got in trouble and hurry up and went and grabbed Megan Good. Once it was said that he had done smacked somebody up or did something to a Caucasian girl, he went and hurry up and jumped in Megan Good DMs. And just like may he rest in peace, OJ Simpson, he ran around with the snow bunnies all that time. And as soon as it was time for him to hunker down and really get in court, he want to grab all his black friends, black lawyers, black old teammates, all the black people that he was passing up and wasn't talking to all those years. Nah, come on. We gonna lock arm in arm, and we shall overcome someday. That's just what they do. They run over there when it's all good, and then when they really need somebody to come together and forgive them, and they want the optics to look good. Oh, Floyd Mayweather is something. I ain't hear about him. What he got going on? Because he always allegedly putting his hands on a woman, but he can pay his way out. Oh, he was scamming. That's just messed up. And why? Why was he don't have to. yeah, I hate to see our African American men dealing with this and having to lose all of this money. Not this time. Oh, they took over 600 million? Mm. Mm. I ain't see that, yo. I ain't catch that one. But yeah, oh, I see it. Oh, I see it. Loses over 402 million in a scam verdict. It's over. Oh yeah, I see it. I'm gonna read into that this evening when we get off. But yeah, they all do the same thing. They all keep going. Okay, yeah. I'm finna look at that. Cause if he done lost 402 million, it's just sad. It really is. They really should be. It said he tears up after the FBI seized $850 million worth of gym equipment. They seized 850 million worth of the money team Gym Empire outlets. It said Floyd Mayweather tears up after the FBI seized his $850 million worth of gym outlets. Get the latest on his emotional reaction. I didn't think he would be scamming either, Pepper. Because he don't have to. He don't have to. So what's the point? I don't know. That's just sad. Yeah, there's no thought put into this, guys. There's these men aren't he said he was making 90 million. Ooh. Oh wow. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. But if you wasn't making it the right way, you ain't gonna keep it. But yeah, so it looks like Shannon Sharpe is going to go down over a piece of tail just like all the other men of his caliber in his area. He was running his mouth much and all eyes was on him. Yeah. You put the eyes on you. You put the light on you when you talking a bunch of mess. You want to run your mouth and you know you under attack. You doing stuff. You want to stay under the radar. I ain't about to be saying nothing. If I know my nose ain't clean, I'm not even about to be out here talking and being the loudest one in the room. I'm gonna be so incognito. You ain't gonna know nothing. Give Shannon a help. Right. He sure gonna be over there. After they get through with him, he gonna be, and then did y'all see? No, they don't never learn. Did y'all see how he was like, it's the same lawyer that went after Jay-Z? So he was trying to like connect himself to Jay-Z to like let y'all know, because this man was proven to be done lied on Jay-Z. And so he like, this the same man that lied on Jay-Z. So now he's just coming for me now. And now we just gotta see what we gotta do. And it's like, yeah, but you didn't even have to mention Jay-Z, sir, because he's coming after you for something totally different. He's coming after you because somebody has videos and audio and text messages of you talking and speaking and communicating with somebody over some role play, and you didn't even keep any evidence of what you did. So now this is just how the cookie gonna crumble. This is how it's gonna be. And you're not gonna be able to attach yourself to Jay-Z because you two are dealing with two different situations. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what he said. He said, because if I had the tape, I would put it out. Why don't you have it, sir? You know you was dealing with somebody who wasn't on the up and up. Yeah, he said that he gonna edit it. Of course he is. He gonna make it look good for his client. Who wouldn't though? Who wouldn't? That's what he getting paid to do. So he's going to chop it up and put out whatever it is that makes you look the worst, and you don't have anything to counteract it. You don't have nothing to bring out and say, look, this the whole thing right here. She ain't show this whole thing. This really what we did right here, y'all. And now and you letting them know that you don't have it. So she was playing chess, not checkers. Cause she was recording everything, keeping everything, screenshotting texts, talking about how she told you that you couldn't enter the back door unprotected, and she got the proof of her telling you that you can't enter her. You got to put on something, and she didn't want you to go in the back door, and you just went on after she said no. She got proof of all of that. But you felt like, oh no, I don't need any proof because, this is my homegirl. She cool. She all right. We good. We don't have to worry about anything. And then he looked even worse. Talking about I offered her 10 million and she said no. If you innocent, why did you offer her anything? If you innocent, if you ain't did nothing and she lying on you and she putting 20 on 10 and she got videos and tapes and she done concocted all this stuff, why did you offer her a dime? Because I wouldn't have. So you know that holds a little weight also. When we going before a judge and we got to explain why anything was anything. And why did you offer, what happened again? Why did you offer her $10 million? Like $10 million is a lot of money. And you offered her 10 M's. And he gonna be like, humana. And it ain't gonna be nobody's fault but his own. He has nobody to blame but himself. And I have no sympathy, no I really do hate to see somebody just go down after he done worked so hard. Hey, Brandon. Thank you for joining, Brandon. After you don't work so hard for everything that you have, and this is what he had been wanting to do. All of his dreams are now coming true. And now this is the time when the empire crumbles. And he has nobody to blame but himself. So, hey, this is what we're dealing with, guys. I'm just going to pray that one day our young men can just cut this out. Maybe we can just all stick with each other. And maybe if you don't speak so horribly about black women, talking about how loud and attitudinal they are. Stephen A. Smith, what about Shannon? I didn't even hear Stephen A. Smith been kind of quiet. He been kind of quiet since LeBron got in his behind. He ain't been really saying much about much. His big old mouth ain't been big old mouthing. Stephen A. Smith. Yeah, he ain't said nothing since Bronny. Say about Shannon. It say my thoughts. And it says Shannon Sharpe may be fired
What's going on there, guys?
from
Another one. So Stephen A. Smith
ESPN.
everything that's going on with Shannon Sharpe. And I'm just going to take a
And he reveals what the bosses told him. Ooh. Okay, this Stephen A right here. It say after Shannon Sharpe was served with a civil lawsuit, he was served on Easter Sunday. I thought you can't serve on holidays. Can you serve? Well, I guess you could serve him whenever you can catch him. Accused of assault, actual assault, battery, and actual battery. The most pertinent question was whether or not he would publicly respond, and he did. First take came when he mentioned the allegations. Yeah, he made a Tuesday. Stephen A. Reserved seemingly genuine after a bunch of build-up explaining Sharpe's arrival to ESPN, his falling out with Skip Bayless. Smith said he was torn over the way his co-host was handling the situation. He called Sharpe's strategy of sharing text messages screenshot uncomfortable. He said, I don't know if it's a strategy that would work. He admitted that he had no previous knowledge of the situation, which had been in settlement negotiations before the lawsuit was filed until after the news break. At this point, Smith appeared to be clearing a pathway so that Sharpe's future at ESPN, at best, uncertain. Well, Stephen A. Smith is I can't say he's trying to stay neutral, it seems like, with this one. He's not going as hard as he usually goes. And I believe, of course, him and Shannon Sharpe are pretty, got a pretty cool relationship. And so it's not gonna really be as spicy as we would want it to be. But yeah, he's Shannon Sharpe just done messed himself up. He has totally just messed himself up. And I just hate to see it. I hate to see our men go down like this, because they look for any reason to take stuff away from us. When we make anything or make anything of anything, they are looking for any reason to snatch something from us. They already hate the fact that we up there. They hate the fact that he's garnered all this fame and all of these offers, and now he got a bunch of people just kind of laughing at him and kind of I told you so. I told you he wouldn't live up to his responsibilities and be mature about everything. I told you he would just mess up the bag. I told you he wouldn't take care of it. He wouldn't respect it. And that's just what they think of us. And unfortunately, Shannon, you're giving them what they want. So yeah, y'all, that was what I was. I'm gonna continue to follow this story because I'm already really enthralled into it anyway. But I'll continue to collect the evidence, the little evidence that this attorney is going to continue to put around and down. He going to give us just a little bit of crumbs every day just to let us know I got something. This is a part of my case and there is more where this came from. So yeah, y'all, I'll keep up on it. I will be back. We will be discussing more of it as this story unfolds, and we'll just watch this train wreck. Thank you all for joining. I really appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much, and I will holler at y'all tomorrow. Goodbye, Swig Squad. Thank you all. See y'all later. Good night.